On July 13, 2019, 911 was called to the home of Denise Hallowell, 57, in Inverness, Citrus County, Florida, United States. Denise's son, Carlos, reported that he was awakened by his dog barking, and when he woke up, he found his mother dead in her bed. Police found the victim dead with an axe still stuck in the back of her head. Denise Elaine Hallowell was born on April 7, 1955, in St. Petersburg, Pinellas County, Florida, to Evelyn Lucille Neat, a Florida native, and Robert James Hallowell, nicknamed Bob, a Maryland native, Denise's father, who moved to Florida in 1948. After her father died in 1991, Denise, 37, and her mother moved to the small town of Inverness, Citrus County, Florida. Due to her own background as an adopted child, Denise, a teacher and had failed twice in marriages, adopted Carlos, a 4-year-old Guatemalan toddler, and Angel, an 8-year-old Honduran boy, in 2006 before her mother passed away. But in 2016, Denise was accused of abusing her youngest kid. As a result, Denise's reputation suffered, and she was forced to accept losing her teaching position. Carlos, 14 years old at the time, stood up for her. The teachers, who knew Denise, concurred when Carlos spoke to them, denying the allegations. Even though Denise was upset with Carlos, who had been doing narcotics since he was 11 years old, she was content. When interrogated, Carlos stated that he had no involvement in his mother's death. He was napping when the tragedy occurred. However, when Denise's mobile and 3 CCTV cameras, which she had purposefully put to monitor Carlos due to his involvement in a drug case, were discovered in a lake near his home, the police solved the case and arrested Carlos because there was no one else in the house. The cameras revealed that Carlos was not sleeping when the incident occurred. Furthermore, the location of Carlos' mobile offered sufficient evidence to corroborate his involvement in the crime, and there was no sign of forced entry, supposing it was done by an intruder. During additional interrogation, Carlos claimed that his mother was upset because he chose to pursue another major against his mother's preferences, but it appeared that all of this was just Carlos' ruse to defend himself. It was said that his upbringing was idyllic with his adoptive mother, who loved him, before his mother turned severe after he got engaged in drugs and was expelled from school. Denise discovered in May 2019 that Carlos had been expelled from school for drug use since January 2019 and had kept this information hidden from his mother, making Denise furious and beginning to take a tough position against his poor behavior. As a result of his deeds being uncovered, he surreptitiously sharpened an axe and struck his mother's head while she slept. He then dumped Denise's cell phone and security camera into the lake to prevent his axe from being traceable. When questioned why he did that, Carlos said he panicked. However, the police claimed that Carlos' response was unreasonable. There was speculation that Carlos was wanting Denise's property. Carlos Hallowell, at 17, was tried as an adult. On July 9, 2021, he was found guilty of premeditated murder. And on September 14th, Carlos Hallowell, 19, was sentenced to life in prison with no hope of release.